the turn 1 Simic Guide, then 2 Aquastram Spiders, then the Scrapper, and zing, zing, zing. Crosby goes to game 3.
That'll do it. So Takuya Osawa leads Joe Crosby 2-0.
There's a rule out just so we liked. And on the Quentin Martin match, again, we had some kind of questionable, sketchy creatures going into the red zone. There was the Nat Alley Creeper that was fighting against Sneaky for a little while.
That was two different top 8 matches?
Yeah, there was a Slaughterhouse Bouncer on the board in 2 separate Pro Tour top 8
matches. That doesn't surprise me. That guy
time.
seems okay to me, the Nat Alley Creepers.
He's the red cousin of the sadistic auger mage. He's
it's
the hallmark of a draft gone awry.
Yeah, he's not the hallmark of a draft gone awry. That's exactly correct. And then when Petrahydrox, the fearsome Petrahydrox, joined Quentin's forces, that caused a scoop on Christian's part. Christian actually
scoop to the Petrahydrox.
Yeah.
Wow.
Christian's some mana problems. He's playing 4 colors, which is tough. He had a Fangtail Strander in his hand, and a couple other things, and even though he has some Karus, the 4 colors has given him some trouble in terms of developing his board.
So Quentin even that up at a game apiece?
Yes, Quentin even up in a game apiece. And then here we see again the consistency versus sort of power thing, and how it can really affect your game in a negative sort of way if you don't happen to hit the Karu drops just right.
Sure.
Like he's sitting there looking at the Nat Alley Creeper, other similar one toughness men. The Fangtails looking at him like, put me into play, coach, and he just can't do it. So we have 1-1 on the Quentin Martin Christian Hutenberg match, and we have a 2-0 on the back table. Crosby's going to try to dig himself out of a hole.
Thanks for the update.
Sure, thanks, Mike.
Yeah, it's interesting, the whole power versus consistency. I feel like the draft is much more, that's where you sort of make up your mind of which way you're going to play. And then in the games themselves, it's much more, what's my lie? Right? I really feel like that golf metaphor is exactly what's going on. The skill in these matches, in this format in particular, is figuring out how to play given the particular challenges that have been thrown at you in this game, in this situation.
I also find it interesting that a lot of players finish their draft and they get to the table to build a deck, and they're still not sure which of the decks they're gonna build. You see people often will have two very solid colors.
Good point.
And then they'll have 2 piles of 4 or 5 cards off to the side. They're like, I'm just not sure which splash I'm bringing in or which complementary set of cards I'm bringing in. And I mean, you even saw that in the back room. While those guys were building their top 8 decks. They had. So I mean,
yeah, I thought Shuhei was playing blue, white, red. I was surprised when he started playing black cards in this game.
Yeah, and we see here that he's he's up 2 games, but he's decided that his blue now that he's seen Antonino's deck actually come out of the gates with mana and spells, he's like, okay, I need my blue cards to deal with this.
All right, well, we are off in game number 4. Shuhei goes first
right
and plays Trumpeter on turn 2. And
here's an island. I don't know if DeRosa has seen an island. Don't know how aware he is of the transformation.
And then which guy is that?
That's the Graft Mage. So he's a Graft 2 creature, and he has an ability whenever you can, for blue and 1, you can untap a creature with a +1/+1 counter. All right. So with the tappers and the...
Yeah, it's pretty good with Minister of Impediments, etc. If you can get counters on them anyway. Meanwhile, Antonino answers
and he'd also make
safeguard.
Yep, and here comes a
4/4
Conclave Equinox.
Wow.
And
there's the power of Graft.
And I think next turn we're going to see a 5/2 Ordrin Commando.
Jeez. Does he want to not? I mean, if he uses the Graft again, he won't be able to untap anything anymore.
Yep.
I mean, having that 4/4 on flyer that he can untap at a moment's notice seems potentially pretty good. Antonino trains his thought, draws 2 cards. He's going to get bashed in the face by that 4/4 flyer this turn. Does Shuhei have a follow-up?
At this point, actually, Shuhei's holding Overrule. He can really just be content to sit back here and go 4/4/4.
Fiery Conclusion. He's got the Petrahydrox, which of course you don't want to graft. The Commando could be an interesting.
Well, you can graft it. Though. A
Yeah,
lot of people assume you
can,
but you do not want to. That's absolutely.
Then they bounce it. Yeah, graft is not targeted, so it doesn't bounce the Petrahydrox. And yeah, Shuhei makes your play, decides to sit on Overrule instead of adding another creature to this board. You think that's the right play?
I think it's fine. I mean, he's got a very quick clock on DeRosa.
He has to
play another creature here.
Yeah, if DeRosa does nothing, Shuhei's deliriously happy. So, if DeRosa does do something, he's got the Overrule. DeRosa's got Halcyon Glaze, he's got a Weird, he's got the Beacon, a second Weird, and the Vertigo Spawn. So no answers to a 4/4 flyer in his hand.
I mean, other than the Savant, he doesn't have that many in his deck.
Other flyers help. I mean, he has enough flyers that he can potentially line up a block. Weird away the Trumpeter, get a Snapping Drake with somebody else.
And a Beacon Hawk.
That would get the job done, but he doesn't even have the Snapping Drake. And I don't think he has the ability to go Halcyon Glaze aggro either.
Oh, is this going to be...
He could go Halcyon Glaze Beacon Hawk this turn.
Shuhei's got a feeling if he can get past this match that this could be his breakout event. And so I just think this looks very, very good for Shuhei here.
Certainly this draw does. That looks better with the blue in it.
And I feel like DeRosa smells the counterspell.
Quite possibly.
He definitely made a move to tap only 3 mana. He's got some... you know, he certainly would like to weird that Thunderstorm Trumpeter. It doesn't seem like a...
He saw the overrule in the draft, right? He knows there's an overrule, and
there.
Some opponent has it. There may have been 2? I don't remember.
I mean, it's a common card. It seems very likely that there'd be 2.
I think there were 2 that went through his
You could even assume there's 2 if you didn't see 2. I mean,
right.
You know, it might go maybe on the other side of the table. But, I mean, the weird seems like... So he must smell the counterspell, right? I mean, the Steam Core Weird is such an obvious play here.
Yeah, he elects for Beacon Hawk and Halcyon Glaze. So he's willing to get his Halcyon Glaze power sunk. Right. And Nakamura has finished the tell. The fact that he's thinking after DeRosa said go, that's Antino know, yep, there really is an overrule in Shuhei's hand. I mean, Shuhei's never paused like that at the end of Ant's turn before.
Given this.
Meanwhile, 4/4 flyer cracking in.
And if need be, that guy.
And he's still sitting on overrule. Interesting. Is that actually?
But it's an overrule for 2. So if
it's only overrule for 2, right?
So
if Antonino plays land number 6, he can.
Which he has in his hand.
Yeah, he can kill the Trumpeter and smash with the.
Oh no.
Wait. Play the land.
Play the land.
What is he doing?
He didn't smell it, and he's going to get overruled for 2 because he did not play the land.
What just happened? What? I don't believe this just happened. Anthony,
so he was just waiting a turn to set up
Halcyon Glaze. Antonino did not play a land that turn before playing his spell.
He has the Savant
Steam Core Weird would have resolved. Very uncharacteristic mistake for Antonino DeRosa.
I mean, although he does have the Savant, maybe he was...
he was baiting out the overrule.
Maybe he was baiting it out. Like, he's going to be able to bounce the... He's going to be able to bounce the Conclave Equinox.
But the thing is, he has 2 land in his hand, so next turn, the Savant would probably resolve anyway. Like, unless Shuhei top decks the land, he knows Shuhei has no land in his hand. I mean, there's a chance he was baiting, but I don't buy it. I mean, he had 2 land in his hand, so he knew he could play Savant with 2 left. I think he just messed up. Interestingly, though, with Halcyon Glaze, can DeRosa race?
I mean, he's at 6.
Yeah, he didn't kill the Trumpeter either. He really needed the Weird to kill the Trumpeter. If he kills Trumpeter and smashes for 4, he has actually got a chance to race.
Now the Fearsome Origin
has
been summoned to the field of battle.
Savant bouncing Equinox would have also facilitated a race.
He's got another Steam Core Weird.
That was a nice draw. Oh, wow. Rasmus Seabass ties up his match at 2 games apiece.
Storming back.
Big Oots going to game 5. Taking full advantage of the 5-game format. He has come all the way back.
We've got Steam Core Weird Savant in hand. Can he navigate this? I mean, was that him baiting out the counterspell?
I don't think he was baiting out the
counterspell. I can't
counter,
imagine that was correct.
I think he may get away with it anyway. I mean, he's at 6, but he bounces the flyer.
Which is going to take him not only...
Trumpeter still shuts down Halcyon Glaze, which...
But he's
and Steam Core Weird resolves